Welcome to Get Heavy Podcast.
All right, well, fuck, are we good? We're going, Kenny? We're rolling?
Rolling.
Look at this. What's up, guys? Hold on. Get it over with. There it is. Every time I start an intro, he cracks a fucking beer. We're going to have a super cut of that, dude. Anyway, what's up, guys? Welcome to the podcast. We have a fucking awesome guest.
Yes.
Me and this man originally started this thing, and he's been on a world tour ever since, and
Yeah.
and you've never been to the studio.
This
You
is
haven't
my
been
first
to the
time.
studio.
My first time at
Welcome
the
back,
studio.
John. Yeah.
I love the brickwork you guys have done.
Thanks, man.
You like that? The old team fucking special.
Nice, yeah. Freemasons, or you know, come in like 1775. Is this like one of those,
1776.
Yeah. You guys have a 1776 sticker out front
That's
or
true,
something like
yeah.
that. Yeah.
We're all about it.
We're real life
My next
1776.
next tattoo is I'm getting the American flag tattooed across my knuckles.
Dude, whenever I see, do you ever notice that anybody that has like a 1776 anything would be the first person to die in
Most of the
1776?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm always like, do you realize what 1776 was like?
Yeah.
Don't you? Like,
It's pretty
you know,
rough.
I think they just think of like living in like the cities or something like that. Even the cities were rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. They didn't
it's
have
like-
toilets.
Like
running
I would.
water.
No, nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, I will be first to admit it. 2025 John would die in 1776.
Yeah.
Like right
think a
away.
lot of us.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, no.
Yeah.
But anyways, I love the brickwork.
thank you, man. Yeah. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice to
Yeah.
be in here.
Yeah.
Like I said, we were talking about on the way. It's anything to get me out of our house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the importance of having a third spot. we
Well,
were talking
yeah,
about, you
yeah.
know?
I've been talking about this. Having a third place is something that America doesn't really have. Like, we literally just go to home or work,
Yeah.
and then anything outside of that you have to pay for.
Right.
Like, there is no third spot. And I mean, granted, you have to pay
Yeah.
for this technically, but you know, there's no like third spot to like just go hang out.
Right.
No. Well, a bar.
A bar, but you have to pay.
Yeah,
You have to,
yeah.
You know,
Good-
like
well,
you're
yeah.
gonna go have drinks, or you pay in one way or another.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah. Who else has it to where they have that third spot?
I don't know, but I'm thinking like more like city centers, you know, like just kind of places that people can kind of just congregate and just kind of hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, California, they don't. It's not really as necessary as it is as in like Minnesota.
No,
You
yeah,
know, in like Canada and stuff, they all have civic centers and
Right, but-
there's another word for
Or
it.
even just a basement that you could turn into a cool
basement,
spot.
yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or
Yeah,
like
yeah.
none of us have any of that here.
No.
yeah, yeah.
No, my garage is getting there. We
Oh,
cleaned
yeah?
the garage out this weekend, so it's going to be a dart room here before too long.
There you go.
Oh, throwing darts at Jay's.
Yes,
right.
I throw darts a lot.
There we
Yeah.
go.
He's really fun to throw darts with.
I could imagine
It's not. It's not at all.
competing with something that Jay's really into. That sounds like a lot of fun.
You
sounds
throw
like a
darts, he's
lot
like,
of fun.
why do you fucking throw darts like that?
Yeah.
Don't you yeah, and he starts fucking critiquing. It's like it's the equivalent of me in the kitchen when my wife's cooking. You know what I mean? She's doing whatever the fuck she's doing, and I'm like, "What are you doing?
Oh yeah,
What are you doing?" Like, you can't bake chicken for 3 hours.
I got to go out in the living room if my lady's cook. If anybody's cooking, I can't be in
Yeah.
the kitchen.
Yeah,
Because I just want to take over.
100%.
You know, and just like, come on, man,
What are you doing?
what are you doing?
You already salted that.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
Yeah,
Whenever someone else is cooking for me, I'm just happy that they're cooking
That's
for me.
true.
I am just like,
Yeah.
yes,
Yes, sir.
yes, thank you, yes, sirree, Bob.
Yeah, it's a whole thing, dude. We were talking.
you're still vegan, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep,
Yeah,
that's right.
amazing.
Give me that tofu,
tofu.
tofu and broccoli.
I almost had you on that brisket though, dude. That one day.
No,
Yeah, you were almost there.
no, I've never like. Trust me, I travel a ton, obviously, and as I've gotten older, I've kind of like, I'm not so hard line on
Sure.
like my viewpoints of
Sure.
things.
Yeah.
I
We're
do
all that
things.
way.
I do things just for me now, not like
Yeah.
everybody needs to do this. And not that I was ever really like that. That was never really
Yeah.
my way.
Yeah.
But I definitely have like been like, man, life would be pretty easy if I could
Be a
just
lot
go
easier.
get a.
I
Go get a fucking
I was
burger.
thinking about you this morning I was probably jerking off, but
Yep. Yeah, I was about to say, like this morning.
because I was making a bagel with cream cheese and stuff and just cooking and just in my head thinking about today and thinking about being vegan is already hard enough, and then you're on the road constantly.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's not like you can, plan ahead and you got your supplements and your stuff, and then when you wake up you're gonna have,
This to have.
No, I'm definitely.
So
and,
you don't eat eggs either, huh?
No.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And I definitely, when I travel, I definitely eat like a chipmunk. Where like if I find something, I'll order two things from there to have for the next meal.
Got it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
To be like, okay, well, I got this because like I found this, and we're about to go through Iowa.
Yeah, which
so,
is
Yeah.
like
they're like, oh, you're vegetarian? Vegan? You want chicken?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah. So I mean, for me with the food thing, there was a point in my life where I stopped looking at food as like this glamorous thing that I am owed, like this flavorful, amazing, beautiful meal that we all enjoy in Western society, Western culture. I mean, lots of culture, but I kind of started looking at it as it's sustainability.
The means to an end.
The means to an end.
Right.
So I'm just happy to make it to the next meal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And you stopped drinking for a long time.
I stopped drinking for a long
How
time.
long did you go
Yeah.
without drinking?
I went like 7 months.
That's on tour
6
is
months.
nuts. To do
Yeah,
that, dude.
yeah. It was.
You might be the only guy that's lost weight on tour.
It was nice. No,
I swear to God, dude.
and it was nice. I mean, I had some drinks over the holidays because I mean, I literally was on the road for what felt like 6 months. I think I was on like the road for like 6 months over 9 months.
Yeah.
That's a
like,
lot.
With like being home for like, a week here,
Yeah.
a week there. And those times at home, it's crazy. But this is the first time ever in like an entire year that I didn't lose anything on tour. Like I literally didn't lose a single thing.
Oh, like an actual item?
An
you mean?
actual
Oh,
item.
okay.
Like
Dude.
like
yeah.
usually it's
That's
like
almost fucking
it's like
impossible,
where did that go? Where did this go?
Yeah.
And there was a couple times when I'd be like, man, I haven't seen this for a few days. And I'm like, damn, I guess I lost it. And then like I would find it.
No
and I would
way.
Be like,
Oh shit.
oh my gosh, like this does not happen. And I contributed it to not drinking. You know?
Yeah.
It has to be.
It was, I mean, 43 years old, traveling like 300 miles a day, on average.
Yeah.
Waking up, I mean, honestly, I don't know how I did it drinking. Now that
It's crazy,
Now that
right?
I do things not drinking, I don't know how I did it.
Do you find yourself like giving a shit more about stuff though? Like
I do find myself giving a shit more. I do care more about things. I mean, drinking was always kind of a social thing for me.
Sure.
Yeah.
More,
Yeah. You were way more of a stoner.
I
dude.
love,
But you weren't even really smoking weed.
I wasn't.
Right?
No, I
That's
quit smoking weed.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I
dude.
quit smoking weed. I mean, it just kind of all just made sense. It really wasn't like nothing happened.
Yeah.
I was just kind of over being like out of it.
Yeah.
Which is like a weird thing because like before I used to just be like, I just want to check out.
100%.
Yeah.
You
I
know.
totally understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that's getting older, but
That's cool. How old are you?
I'm 43.
Okay, yeah. I just read this really fascinating article that fucking kind of tweaked my whole brain the other day. And it was about how men, obviously, your frontal cortex stops developing at like 25 for men, right? So your brain isn't even fully developed until you're 25.
Right.
But they said that men go through the most major change of their entire lives from like 40 to 44.
Right.
Like where they basically are that this is who you're going to be the rest of your life. You know what I mean? Like, so any mental like things that are going on or whatever, like something about 40 to 44-ish, 43
I can see that.
is the time where you're like, your brain, like men's brains just go, "Burp," and you figure out like, all right, man,
I think
the
it's-
things that I'm doing aren't working now, or this is working or whatever.
But
know
do
what
you
I mean?
think that that's because when you hit 40 is kind of when you actually kind of have your shit together?
A little bit.
So
yeah.
most of the time up until you hit 40, it's
Yeah.
just just trying to just get there.
Yeah, totally.
And then you get
or
40.
surprised that you got there.
You get to 40 and you're kind of like, okay, well, shit. I got the job. I got a place. I got an old lady. Everything's kind of good. I got the kids figured out. They're a little bit older now, a little easier to deal with, or I just can deal with it. But it changes, bro.
Yeah.
Don't think it's real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, don't think it's real. It changes.
Yeah.
I
Well, there's
mean-
always a curveball. You know what I mean? For sure.
Yeah. I mean, definitely, like, every 10 years, it feels like it changes. Like,
That's, yes.
you know,
Yep.
like, because I remember, like, being in my 20s thinking it was amazing, and it
Yeah.
was, like, so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then I remember when I hit my 30s, I was like, this is badass. I started, like, touring a lot. I started, like, things started kind of coming. I started, what I look back is I started faking it real good.
Yeah.
Right. There you go.
You know,
Yeah.
like, I was like, people think I know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? But then, yeah, my 40s has definitely been more, like, reflective, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, totally. That's
know
kind
what
of
I
what the
mean?
article was saying. Is like,
Kind of just, like, trying to figure out what this all means and move forward with it, you know, with more purpose. I definitely feel I have more purpose now
Yeah.
right.
with myself.
Sure.
Up until I was in my 40s, I wore steel-toed boots, Dickies, and T-shirts.
Yeah.
And they were mostly black T-shirts. That's all I wore.
Yeah.
I wouldn't wear, like, tennis shoes were for exercise. Other than that, I wore steel-toed boots.
Right.
Always. And I always wore Dickies, and I always wore a T-shirt. When I got into my 40s, I'm like, well, that's not who you are.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that's who you were out of necessity.
Right.
But that's not who you are. And then now I wear fucking pink and purple fucking leopard
yeah.
You'd be
print
proud of me
shirts
today,
and
Jay.
shit.
Look at my socks.
Oh,
Ooh,
those are
got
pretty
a little
fucking
pink
cool,
on
man.
there.
Those
are
I like
good.
those.
Those
boss
are looking
dogs.
good.
Yeah, those are dope.
Those are looking good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
they got-
yeah, just like that.
Yeah.
That 40, it's just like I was like I'm not out here doing that shit anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not doing all this stuff, and everybody already knows who I am. Why are you doing? Why don't you wear that shit that you really want to wear?
Right.
Like
Yeah.
put that shit on that you grew up watching. Morris Day and the Time dressing up, and you're like, I want to wear shit like that.
I
you know?
would say like one thing that's been a big change for me is kind of trying to really in understanding who I am is kind of being okay, like seeing the person that I am as the person that people see. Because I think I have a hard time with that. With like, I think people see me as like a certain thing, and I don't see that.
Yeah.
I had a hard time seeing that for forever. And I would say in the last few years, I've become more comfortable with.
But is that because, and this is just, is it because when people see you and you're on the stage and you're doing the stuff and you're running around and you're making shit happen, people see this confidence and this level that on the outside you're at, but on the inside you're still going, holy shit. Like you're just scrambling to hold everything together, but on the outside you're still rock solid.
100%. 100%. And it has actually helped me learn to be more secure with myself. Is that you know what, like, don't, like, when people would say things to me before, I'd be like, I would almost be like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And be like, no, this is what making it is.
Yeah.
Is actually
Right.
understanding who you are is who you are.
Yep.
You know?
And
Like,
appreciating it.
And appreciating it and being like, you know what, I am kind of a badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like without sounding like a complete.
No, there's nothing
No,
wrong
I
with
totally
being proud
understand
of
that.
yourself. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's-
yeah.
It's such a weird thing.
Well,
like,
we
you know.
also come from a different place than Craig.
Right.
Because Craig is insanely confident about every fucking thing, and I think
Yeah.
that he just came out like that. I think he
That's
just
not
came
true.
out.
It's not true.
Just,
At all. Yeah.
He
just
just
good.
came out middle fingers
Yeah,
like, fuck you, here
guys.
I am.
I'm gonna go scare the shit out of my mom. We're gonna go wrestle my dad. We're gonna fucking do this.
Yeah. No, not true at all. I was a scared little kid most of my life until I just flipped that switch. And
Yeah.
that's when I started getting pussy and fucking, you know what I mean?
The confidence
It's like,
thing.
it's just,
confidence thing is
I
insane.
realized like,
No,
you know what it was? It was leaving the fucking church, honestly. That really, I mean,
Oh,
I can see that.
it really, that, because besides the belief in religion and all this shit, I was like a pretty fun kid, in my friend group, but I wasn't the cool person. I wasn't like the cool guys. You know what I mean? You had like all these other guys that were like fucking cool as shit. They were playing in bands and doing their Jesus thing and touring, and good for them. and I was always like the second string, you know what I mean? And then when I left the church, I found like this incredible group of friends and ended up doing a lot more than 90% of them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I think it was a lot of that was just I needed to find my confidence, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Confidence is a huge thing, and then learning, like, and I feel like confidence comes from trusting yourself.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and finally being able to trust yourself.
Going through the fire.
Yeah. I mean, for lots of years with what I do, I've always felt like I was an outsider.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like I would always be like, "Yo, I'm just this outsider person," and like
Right.
finally,
Yeah.
I'm kind of like, "No, I am a part of this fabric." Like
This thing.
part.
I am this person that does things. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not just a bystander in
Right,
a
right.
sense. You know, so that's kind of given me a lot of confidence. So that's been my 40s.
There you
know?
go. So
Yeah.
far.
I
Not
mean,
bad.
I'm still I still question everything.
Yeah.
About
Oh boy, don't we? Yeah.
My self doubt is still huge. But
God, dude.
I still all the time think to myself as I'm trying to figure out like retirement and all this different stuff that I'm looking at, and I'm all, you're not gonna live. Like you said, it's still in my head. I'm still like, you're gonna walk out that door and get in a fight with somebody, and he's gonna shoot you.
yeah.
So why are you trying to like? Why don't you just fucking
Yeah.
take that
Why-
money and go fucking have
Why
a
are
good
you?
time?
Yeah. Why are you
You
planning
know?
for so far down the road?
Yeah, and I've been doing that my whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the reality is you are going to live. You know what I mean? It's like,
I know, and I got a good solid
Yeah.
retirement. Going,
You've spent
you know?
more years being a good guy than you have a bad.
Oh,
you know
by
what I mean?
far.
Like,
Yeah.
now
Even when
at
I
this
was a
point,
bad guy, I was still good. I still,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
I
you just
didn't,
had bad
you know,
moments.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
you weren't really a bad guy. You just had bad moments.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yep, living a lifestyle that I just was part of the community.
Yeah.
And then still, you know,
Yeah.
having people tell me, like a buddy of mine that he'd passed away last year. And I went to jail, and then when I went to jail, he got on heroin, and then he ended up going to prison. And I saw him, ran into him later, and we started talking. I was like, "Hey, man, what the fuck happened? Like, you were good. We were good, dude. Like, we were having a good time. We had money. We were going to dinner, doing shit, all this stuff when like 19 and 20. And I go, what happened with you? He goes, well, when you went to jail, I stopped giving a fuck because the only good thing I had around me was you. So when you were gone, I was like, fuck it. I went and started hanging out with the dirtbags again.
right, right.
And I was like, wow, you know? And I looked at that as like, man, I guess I did have a positive,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, no matter what the circumstance was, I still was being a good person to a certain
Yeah,
extent.
and like you can understanding that you have like that you've had positive impacts in people's lives.
Feels so good.
It does feel really good.
It does,
And I
yeah.
do get like I do have a lot of conversations with people. Like I have a lot of close people in my life.
Yeah.
I have people all around the world, you know, and there's times when I'm feeling down and stuff like that on myself, and I've had people message me and be like, people I don't even think didn't
Yeah.
even think about that I made any kind of impact,
Right,
and
right.
they're like, you know, you were so nice to me when we met.
Mm-hmm.
You treated me like this. You know what I mean? Like having a positive impact on someone's life is such a huge feeling, and
Yeah, it's the
and,
best.
and we do it just as normal people.
Yeah.
You don't have to be someone.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, like we literally have insane positive impacts, and it's hard to celebrate those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
It is hard. Yeah.
it's hard to celebrate them, but it's a good way. You
Yeah.
know? I don't know.
I love it.
I love it.
Yeah, and you said something the other day, which me and you were talking on the phone. We recently lost our really good friend Luke. He was in Get Some. He was in a million bands. Really fucking just sad, dude.
Denver legend.
Denver legend, right? And we were kind of talking to me, and you were talking the other day, and he said something that just fucking I can't stop thinking about, dude. He's like, and maybe you can expand on it, but it's like we're bullshitting. It's like we talk about the impact and this fucking kid that we met randomly. You know what I mean? Like. Just one of those guys that you meet and you instantly your friend. You know what I mean? Like a true, real friend. And you spent a lot more time with him than I did. But and you're like, you do all this shit your whole entire life, dude, and you're reduced to a fucking Instagram post.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I was
Yeah.
when you die, and I was like, fuck, dude, that's
Yeah.
fucking rough. Not that any of us care about legacy or
No.
any of that shit, but it's like, dude, your whole fucking life, you just got reduced to a fucking Instagram post with some pictures and a few fucking sentences.
I mean, I think about it. I think about it all the time whenever someone dies.
Yeah.
Like, and I mean, sadly,
Yeah.
it feels like I have like 5 or 6 a year at minimum dying, and literally it's like it's just for a week. There's a flood of posts about you,
Yeah.
and then that's it.
Yeah. That's yeah.
You
Yep.
know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I don't even. And it's
If you get that.
if you get that.
If
I
you
mean,
get
if
that.
you get that.
That's on
you
the
know,
good
yeah.
side. you
If
know?
you get that, that's
Yeah.
on the exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
And he definitely deserves the good side.
Oh,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
He's-
yeah,
He was such a
yeah.
fucking maniac.
So,
God,
but
dude,
it's-
that guy was such
it's-
a maniac. I loved him.
dude, he was the best.
Yeah.
Luke, I mean, we met him with the fucking Wrath.
And Ox, I think.
Yeah, he was. I think he was the bartender at Bar.
yeah. Yeah.
Because we had already met. Like, and when he also lived. I don't think he lived at the Plains.
No.
He didn't live at the Plains, a warehouse.
No.
But yeah, he was a bartender at Bar. And I mean, we've just been instant friends ever since. You know, I mean, he's our little Denver gremlin. He was really into sports, like how I am, and he was the Denver representative of sports. So
Right.
anytime an LA team was playing a Denver team, like we were just talking shit, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
like all the time, you know. And just anytime I went through on tour, he would hit me up and he would come see me. I mean, the last time I was out there, he came and I saw him. I mean, one time I was out with Strung Out, and we had a day to drive from Omaha to Denver.
Oh, yeah.
And we had a day to do it, and I was like, we're gonna drive the whole way to Denver so we
straight
can
through.
get there that night and at least like be there that night and have a show the next day. And where we were staying was like 45 minutes from where he lives, and he fucking drove out
Yeah.
to see me, picked me up, and we went and watched a basketball game.
That's
he
awesome.
watched the Denver Nuggets defeat the Lakers in the playoffs.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah. It was a thing. Like
Yeah.
we went to this bar. He found a bar that had vegan food for me, you know. And we went to this bar and like we just sat there and I'm like, well, at least if I was watching the Lakers lose, at least it was with you, Luke. You know what I mean? Like,
Totally.
you know. So, but yeah, dude, he was just a sweetheart of a dude. Sweet. I mean, I don't know. It really hit me hard the other day.
Yeah.
It still hits me every day, but it's just he was a great one. Luke Fairchild.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck it, dude.
Kingdom of Magic.
Yep.
Get some. Quits. Okay, so he was in this band called Quits.
Yeah.
So I can't remember when it was. Sometime I want to say
I
it
don't
was before the pandemic.
Yeah.
Had to have been before the pandemic. So Quits was on tour, and they were playing in Ventura.
Yeah.
And they came
It's at the garage, right?
at the garage. Yeah, it was gonna be at the garage. Yeah. Yeah.
God, it was,
It was gonna be at the They played at the garage.
Yeah.
And so then like the next day. So basically, like I think he got like insanely wasted.
He
that
got
night.
hammered.
He got
Yeah.
insanely hammered that
He
night.
was fucking hammered.
Yeah.
And I think Neil was pretty upset with him, right?
Yeah, everyone, like his
The bass
entire
player.
band was
Yeah.
very upset with him.
Yeah.
They stayed at my house, and they were having like band turmoil.
Oh, yeah.
And when-
We've all seen it.
Yeah. Years and years of having bands stay at my house. You see the ugly side.
How many bands do we think we've seen break up?
Oh.
At just our houses.
I mean, quite a few. But
Now,
Quits-
is it us, or are we the breaking point for a lot of people?
No,
That's what I
think
want to know.
touring is hard.
It's hard, man.
Touring is
It's really
hard.
hard.
And like I said, I love Luke, but
He's a maniac,
he was a
dude.
maniac, But anyways, so like they were like at war, and I woke up to a note, and it just said, "Hey John, we love you. We're driving back to Denver. We broke up."
Damn.
And I was always like, quits quit. You know what I mean? Quits quit.
Yeah.
I'm like, well,
God.
your band's name's Quits.
Yeah,
so
dude.
I
And
guess
then,
that's.
and then they got to drive back to Denver.
they got
all
to
in a
drive back
van.
to
In a
Denver.
van.
Oh yeah.
Oh, my
yeah,
God.
Yeah.
Dude.
22-hour fucking
Yeah.
silent
yeah.
drive, dude.
Oh.
Yeah, with those dudes. Yeah. Yeah. Those are.
I'm surprised they didn't leave him.
Those are
You know what I
never.
mean?
Yeah.
I want to say that like.
Yeah.
They maybe did at first, and
Yeah.
I was like, "Yo, you guys can't just like leave him here."
Yeah.
Like I love this. Well, he could stay here, but it's like, this isn't the end game. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so
God damn it, dude. But that's
But, yeah.
fucking friendship, though, man. I mean,
Yeah.
even those guys all broke up in a band. They were in multiple bands together, just like how we do. You know what I mean? They end up finding their way back to each other.
Oh,
and
yeah.
everything's fine. And,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
so
And I
silly,
mean,
dude.
the Denver homies, it's been a rough go out there. Like
Yeah.
it's rough living out there
is, yeah.
especially for punks and like in the times when we met them. You know, it's just yeah, it's
I
rough.
think that was at a certain time. I don't necessarily think it's so much anymore, but at a certain time, especially at certain age brackets again,
Yeah.
it's tough for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, whether you're in Oregon or Seattle
Yeah.
or New
Yeah.
Jersey or whatever,
Yeah.
when you're
Yeah.
25 to 35 years old trying to run in a band and you want to be a musician and
The
then I
reality
hear what you
setting in,
guys do,
you know?
man.
See,
There's
but-
no fucking way I could do what you do. I am. I'm just, it's too much. I have to be comfortable when I go to sleep or I'm not going to sleep, you know?
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
if it's, I can't, fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, that
yeah.
sums it
Yeah,
up very
see-
well for me.
See, but for me, there is no fucking way I could get up and go to a regular job 5 days a week and
Yeah.
fucking like work like the same thing every day. Like day
So
three,
I'm lucky that my
day
days
three.
are different.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? And I'm
yeah.
outside. I work with my hands, and I do a bunch of different stuff. I do
Yeah.
stuff all the time. I have no idea what I'm doing. I
Yeah.
just get in there and try to
Yeah.
figure it out.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
Yeah.
But I agree with you.
Yeah.
Like I see these guys that work in a cubicle or work in an office, and
Yeah.
I'm like, there's no, I know, there's no way.
Yeah, yeah.
There was never even kind of part of any.
Yeah.
You know, the closest came was
Office
doing
job
sales.
was not on your list of
No,
things ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing
Yeah.
sales, I love doing sales, but
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, this last year I was on tour when I was out with Strung Out, I opted back to selling merch again because I wanted to I've had an interesting couple of years for like myself, my personal life,
Yeah.
going through a divorce.
yeah.
My friendships landscape has completely shifted and
amazing, isn't
adjusted,
it?
and it's caused a lot. Like I was really like inside myself, so I was like I'm gonna sell merch this year because it forces me to talk to people every day, like
Yeah.
like hundreds of people, and I can have conversations, and because I love talking with people, you know, I have the gift of
Yep.
gab, you
Yeah.
know.
I'm with you.
So, but people would come up to me and be like, "Oh God, you guys are such badasses. You guys do this," and I'd be like, "You're a badass." I'm like, "You fucking like do all of this to like you get up every day and fucking torture yourself every fucking day to
Yeah.
like." I'm like, I could never do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Just so you get
Just-
the release of going to a show.
just so
know
you
what I
could
mean?
go to
Yeah.
a show. Yeah, you know
Buy
what I
some
mean?
merch,
Like,
yeah.
like what I do is simple, I consider,
Right.
you know, because for me, like how you say, you just get outside and work with your hands. For me, I just wake up and get my friends to a show, and we play the show. You know, that's
Yeah.
all that it is. And then we go sleep somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, it's all hotels.
Yeah. You're not doing the
buses.
grimy shit anymore.
I mean, you still got to figure everything out, right?
I still got to figure everything out, but the thing is it's so second nature to me.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
it's almost first nature to me, where I don't even have to really think about it. I have everything kind of like, I have to advance things. I have to set things out beforehand, but it's like, I know what to ask.
Right.
I know what we need. I know what they need to do. I know what we need to do.
You know how to soften the blow.
I know
for
how to
that
soften
shit,
the
you know
blow.
what I mean,
I'm very much I'm very good at liaisoning the fucking
you
shit.
are. You
know,
are.
like
You're so much better at it
when
than I am.
when
You
people
know, that's funny. It's funny that you said that because in my head, as
Yeah.
I'm looking at you, I'm thinking to myself, I would love to see a documentary of Craig trying to do it. For a
yeah,
week.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
good. It's
how
not
many
good.
people would get all of a sudden be choked out in the corner of a
Like-
hotel?
The amount
Not
of
what I
times,
fucking said.
Yeah.
the amount of times John has stepped in and saved me from grenading a whole tour is incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Which I think is
'Cause I have-
it's a big thing
Yeah.
that to keep everybody together.
It's
As we were
so hard,
talking
dude.
about, the quits. You
Yeah.
know, to keep that shit together and keep, I mean,
Yeah.
with Strung Out and stuff, they've been doing it so long. I'm guessing they pretty much kind of just
They
ride
know
the
the
you
way
would
they're,
think so. Yeah. And you would think that these guys would know what's up.
Yeah.
Like literally I'll be like day 2, I'll be like, you know we've been doing this for years.
30 years, dude.
You know we've been doing this for years, and they come to me with questions. But that's what I say in my head.
Yeah, of course.
That's what I say in my head, and
See,
I just
that's
go.
the step. I'd be
see,
like,
and I just
I'd
go
be
like, and I go,
that's where I would
okay.
get myself in trouble.
You know, like I've had so many people come to me and go like, wait a minute, so they ask you for what? I'm like, yeah, and I get it for them. Yeah. And then my day goes on.
Yeah.
And life goes on. Mm-hmm. And guess what? Like, instead of going like, God, why are they asking for this? I just go.
And
it's
not over. It's not over the top rock star shit.
No,
you know what I mean? It's just
no.
It's like something. It's like,
no,
dude, you didn't bring a pillow.
My job is.
You know what I mean? Like, what the
my
fuck?
job is. I've always said my job is to make the band's job only to worry about getting on stage, and playing, because I don't have to do that.
Right.
I don't have to go up there and play for an hour and a half every night with people like scream, so
yeah.
It's,
it's funny. I tell people all the time, I'm like, John is uniquely set for that job.
Yeah.
I've seen it. I've seen him save my ass a million times on the road because I don't have that barrier.
Well, that's the thing is like one of the things, like lots of my bands that I work with, they like especially Jason from Strung Out. He always tells me he's like your job is just to keep us mellow and like be lighthearted. Like I'm very good at just kind of like, hey guys,
it's all good. Look what we're doing right now.
Good. Like, and that's another thing. Also, like when I go into like these shows and like I go in to deal with a venue, and I deal with all different types of levels of expertise. Some people's first day, some people's last day.
Right.
You know what I mean? And everywhere in between. And I walk in and I go, guys, just remember, like, it's just rock and roll.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's literally just rock and roll.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? Oh my God, this cable's not working and we have to run around and find it. Guess what? Someone will go to Best Buy.
Yeah.
Or someone will go to Guitar Center.
And they'll get it.
And they'll get the cable. And it'll be fixed by the time we go on. Like, literally, not one show has not happened because of
that.
Like that. You know what I mean? Like, everything is very workoutable.
Right.
No need to stress out. And another thing I say is, it's midnight eventually.
Like, it's over sooner or later.
It's midnight eventually. You know what I mean? Like, and I'll go in, and sometimes there's production managers that are just very like, and I'm like, bro, like, chill. I'm like, listen, man, it's gonna be midnight eventually. How do you want to get there?
Yeah.
Stressed
like,
or
how do you? You want to get there stressed or we're because in the end we're gonna shake hands at the end of the night.
Yeah.
No matter like I've gotten into almost fights with some venues. Yeah. Because there's been a couple times where security guards aren't treating the fans properly.
Right.
And like the fans.
And boy, do we know you hate that. I've seen you start a whole riot over that.
Yeah.
I've seen you throw a fucking drum stool into a bar over that.
Yeah. So it happens. But like but I always say, when the production manager's arguing with me, I go, listen, do you know what they say? They don't say, hey, I went to this venue and this happened. Hey, this security company did this and this happened.
Right.
They said, I went to a fucking Strung Out show.
Yep.
And this happened.
Yep.
We are the ones that get the shit of this.
Right. Yeah. Security guards beating the fuck out of the fans.
Security guards beating the fuck out of the fans, and I will fucking not allow that.
That stuff just drives me nuts, man.
Yeah.
I just don't, and I did security forever, and I just don't, don't, like the Ventura Theater back in the days would hire just nothing but knucklehead jocks. And it was a war. Like, I would hire knuckleheads, but they'd be like knuckleheads that just got out of prison. It would be like, hey, I'm just trying to make this $35 for the night. Where the college kids would be in there just going like, I just fucking took a big old fucking shot in the ass of some fucking steroids and I want to hurt people. And then I'd end up going in there and being like, oh no, this ain't happening. I guess I'm fighting security tonight, And it'd just be stupid. This, and that comes from leadership though. That comes from the top.
100%. Also, when you put a bunch of, if you see a punk show from the outside, it's fucking chaos. You know what I mean? And if you're a bouncer and you're used to like blues bands and then all of a sudden these kids are flying into each other and you know what I mean? I get the reaction, you know what I mean? But it's like you have to sit down and be like, hey, this is how it's going to work. If it goes to this step, people are throwing punches and pushing each other. That's one thing. But
I remember it made me one time when I was with the Spits and we were in New York City.
That Spitz is so good. What do they do? Are they doing anything?
They travel around.
Okay.
I talk with Sean, their guitar player.
so
I talk with Sean, their guitar player, all the time.
I fucking love that.
Yeah. So they still play. They do like 5-day tours or something. I think they're coming out here.
Oh, really?
Like the end of February,
Yeah.
beginning of March.
Cool.
To like I think they're playing like Alex's bar or whatever. Cool. But we were playing the Mercury Lounge in Manhattan, and it's a little place, right? And New York City is like, they are not accommodating to bands at all.
Yeah.
Like, it's always like, sorry, the show's booked. You know what I mean? Like, it's literally just like, So anyways, the Spitz shows get crazy. Drummer plays close up to the front. Kids are crowd surfing, stage diving and stuff like that.
There's also fire involved.
Yeah, there is fire involved.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. So, but anyways, there was this one show where there was this security guard, large dude. I mean, the venue's like very small, and it's usually like a nightclub.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, they're not used to this, I could tell. Mm-hmm. And you could tell the security guard, they had one security guard, and he was not
cool.
Was he tan?
Know? He was tan.
Very tan?
Very tan.
Like your hat tan?
Yep. And then he anyways, he like got on the stage and started getting in front of the band. Like on stage.
Because he doesn't understand.
Trying to stop people. And I was like, bro. You are going to get beat up.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to say you deserve to get beat up, but I'm like, but like literally these people are going to like.
They're going to fuck you up.
Lose their mind about it, you know?
He's a big guy. He might be able to take a few, but you ain't getting all
And the
of
whole time he was like, no, this and that. But there was, so we had a photographer from Vice magazine following us and I have this great photo of me on stage, and the dude is like,
He's so big.
The dude
I
is
know
like
the photo.
6'6".
You got to send that to us. We'll throw it up on
I'll
the
send it. Yeah, I'll send it to you. I'll send it.
It's very funny.
And like, I'm like this.
Printed, put on the wall.
And the guy's just like and I'm just like, what? And the guitar player is like right there, Sean, the guitar player. So, you know,
it's a whole thing, dude.
It's a whole thing.
If you have that photo, make sure you send it to
Yeah.
Let's get a print.
I've seen it before.
Yeah.
I do.
I do want. So I have not been able to talk to you really at all since you did the Viagra Boys, fucking with the Queens of the Stone Age shit.
Okay.
I want to know.
Has it been that long?
No, I mean we talked about it a little bit.
Yeah.
I want to because Queens of the Stone Age I'm such a fan of, and Josh Homme is a fucking notorious maniac as far as I understand.
Right.
Also, like just beat cancer a while ago or something. Right?
Yes, dude. So
how was the? I mean, we've done the grimiest touring, me and you.
Yeah.
Literally couldn't get grimier. And now you're at points where you're with Viagra Boys and you're playing with Queens of the Stone Age, right?
Yeah.
What was that whole experience like?
I mean, it was great because like you said, I've slept on the floor of the van.
Yeah. Remember that Buffalo house?
Yeah, exactly.
With Phil Collins? Yeah.
Or the Cleveland house with the Cleveland warehouse where there was like a chicken, a giant sheepdog, like all
Omaha house
stuff. Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, it was great. The Queens of the Stone Age guys are great.
Yeah.
I mean, Viagra Boys, those are my peeps. It's my fam. They're great. But the Queens of the Stone Age tour was great. It was funny though because so like with tours like this, there's crew and then there's band.
Right.
And crew is always trying to just do things very clockwork like, you know, like, hey, you're allowed here, you're not allowed here, this or that. And Queens of the Stone Age, their crew would try to be like they're like management, their tour management crew.
Yeah.
They would try to be very much like, hey, you guys got to be over here and this.
Stay
or
away
that.
from the artist.
You know what I
of
mean?
thing.
Yeah.
Gatekeeping
And
shit. Yeah.
the band was like, let's party, let's hang out. You know? So it was. I mean, it was a great. It was as wild as you could imagine.
That's what. That's
But
what I figured.
the crew doing that kind of helps things, doesn't it?
Oh
Really,
no,
because if not, it's debauchery.
Yeah.
You know?
It has to be done like that.
Because if I was,
you know?
I know that if I was in a band and I've got all that around me, I'm partying.
Yeah.
I'm fucking.
You know those guys are partying.
Yeah,
it was wild,
yeah.
and for us, like being, we were the support band. So honestly, for me, I didn't really have a ton to do.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
You're
literally
part of
just
this huge
getting us
thing.
Getting us from point A to point B was literally it, and then you know, it was nice having catering every day.
Yeah, that's
Like nice, lovely, like, you know.
yeah.
Okay, so again, man, I go back to this vegan shit. Like,
They have vegan options of everything.
yeah.
You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like,
It's,
so yeah.
it's changed. There's vegan every fucking
No,
Yeah.
and when I say this stuff, I remember when I was younger, I would be very critical of it,
Yeah.
you know, because I come from
Right.
hardcore carnivores,
Right.
and I'd be kind of critical. I go all the time and order, like, I'll go to a Thai restaurant and order like soup with tofu,
Right.
Because I fucking love it,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But it just when I again thinking about what I was saying earlier, it's
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
I just think
Yeah.
about trying to find that stuff, man.
Well, but
you
it's
know?
in this on a tour like this, they've already said like, hey, how many are vegetarian? Is there
Yeah.
any vegans? They've already accounted for everyone
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
eating. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
so- and,
There's
like-
going to be options for
And it's
everybody,
like
you
it's
know?
like catering rooms. So you go in and it's like, here's the vegan section.
Yeah.
You know, some places would still be very sparse. You know what I mean? And it
Yeah.
just kind of
is
what it is. But yeah, dude, Queens of the Stone Age crew. I mean, it was as wild as it can get. You know, I think we gave Queens of the Stone Age their first dose of ketamine. You know, so
Yeah, the fucking Swedes love ketamine.
yeah,
I
the
guess
Swedes-
ketamine's a big thing in LA right now.
I mean,
too,
ketamine,
but-
I think, is a
Ketamine's
big
been
thing.
going
And,
thing
like,
for a while.
I know,
Yeah.
but
It's
it's
a
gotten
good-
like
yeah.
big
I
lately.
really have been thinking about trying to get on it.
Oh,
yeah, see, the thing is, like, okay, I've only done it a couple times, and it was wild.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say, like, the one thing that I remember the most about it
Mm-hmm.
was that all of my problems, like, they didn't go away.
Mm.
They just were like, this
Manageable?
is totally manageable.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Like literally, like,
Yeah.
of course that's a problem, but of course it's gonna be fine. Like, you
Yeah,
know what
yeah,
I mean?
wow.
Like,
Yeah.
it just did this. Like, it felt like brain.
Rewiring.
Brain-
And that's what,
rewiring.
like,
Yeah.
I have that moment of clarity occasionally.
Yeah.
Because I just constantly am
Yeah.
inundated with stuff, man, that's just
Yeah.
always next level shit where I'm like, can I just get a break,
Yeah.
man?
Yeah.
You know, the second I think that, like, okay, I'm on a good path, things are looking good, life is good, I get some sort of giant fucking snowball thrown at me.
Right.
And I realize, like, well, if that's how this goes, then this is the stuff I have to figure out, and this is what I got to do. But that little moment of clarity doesn't happen.
No, doesn't
as
happen.
You know what I mean? It's
Right.
like it happens in shifts. Like every once in a while, it pops up and goes, "Okay, hey, look, man, you just will get down to nothing in that trailer we were just talking about. You'll move into, and
Yeah.
you'll find a little plot of land, and you just won't have all the nice shit you have anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
No.
But it's still, and that's what I was thinking. Like, I've heard good things about it
So-
as far as
like a therapeutic.
So yeah,
yeah.
yeah. For me, it was very much introduced to me through the Viagra Boys. Like, as far as like how it like
Because
was
these
all
guys
of
are
a
what,
sudden.
early 20s Swedes,
Like
you know,
late 20s, early
late
30s.
20s, early.
Late
I mean, they're
20s,
fucking
early
still,
30s.
yeah,
Yeah.
They're having
So
a good
are we
time.
gonna do
You know?
it? Are we gonna do the three of us are gonna take a trip out to Sweden to go see these guys?
I mean,
that
we
sounds
can.
like fun.
We
Oh
can.
well, you know.
We
I don't
can.
think drugs are as awesome over there, are they?
I mean, they exist.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So
Yeah, that's true.
I
Yeah.
mean, you know,
It's
so
a giant port. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just watched a whole thing on it.
Yeah.
It's there, you know.
so but I can understand and I could see small dose like how people do like super small doses of ketamine, how that would be a thing, how it could like really like
help, yeah.
rewire, like in the rewiring, not even the partying.
I think
you know
they
what
have
I mean?
it's like a nose spray, and you just do a little nose spray of it, like
That's
you're
wild.
talking about on this.
Yeah.
And I don't, you know.
Yeah, see,
actually,
mine was
Whitney
mine was
Cummings, I think,
definitely not a
talking
nose
about
spray.
it. Oh, hey. Wow.
We have a little bit left.
That's good tequila.
It's because I didn't know.
That's good tequila.
I've been on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
God. I don't know. Craig always has making me drink and shit.
I could tell it was you had a gun to your head when you walked in.
I just want everybody to hear that because nobody will believe me. But John just said it. Cheers, brother.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers. This is the best tequila I've ever had in my life. Thank you, Brett.
It
Brett
really
Herman, dude.
is.
Yes, thank you, Brett. Another Denver legend.
Hey, to Luke.
To Luke,
Oh,
man.
to Luke,
Luke
man.
Fairchild.
To Luke, to Frank.
To Frank.
To
yeah.
Frank.
I lost a brother last week too.
Oh God.
Craig was telling me on the on the ride here.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, brother.
You know, it's crazy. You
well,
know,
no,
it's like I would like a break. You know,
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I lost a bunch of my wife, my mom, my dog, then like 4 really, really good friends, and then one of my fucking all-time best friends fucking ever. You know, and you're just all, I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
I'm supposed to die before all of these people.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and here we are. You know?
Well, the crazy thing about Luke
God,
passing
that fucking tequila's good.
I know.
was Luke actually texted me on Sunday.
Yeah.
He texted me last Sunday, and he texted you, "Love you, buddy," and I just wrote, "Love you too." And the thing is, like, I was like, "This is kind of dark."
Oh.
Like, you know what I mean? Like for it to come from him,
That moment.
like in between Christmas and New
Right,
Year's.
right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I know that was, you know, and then literally 2 days later, I saw the thing on Facebook.
Yeah. It's not.
No, it's crazy because again, it's logically I understand.
Yeah.
People die.
It's
know
why
what I
when
mean?
somebody, if somebody, especially certain people, you know, like if somebody hits you up and is like, "Hey man, I love you," you're like, "Hey,
Yeah.
what's going on, buddy?
Yeah.
How you doing?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
See,
know?
and the thing is, like, I mean, I don't have regrets because I did text him back. Was like, "Love you too."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's like it was a tough time. It's a tough time of year. It's a tough time of year for everyone. Yeah.
And
You know
there's
what I
so much
mean?
stuff that's happening. You know,
Yeah.
my buddy Frank, you know, we've been friends, known each other. Families have been like his brother and my brother are compas, you know? And so we've been around each other and been hanging out forever.
Sure.
You know, but when I found out that he had left and then how he left, I was like, you know, and then I think the same thing. I'm like, man, I guess I should have tried to, like, but I don't see him when we go, like, there's a family barbecue.
Yeah.
And then we go hang out. And it's you know, that's when, you know, I don't see him anytime after that, you know?
Right.
Yeah. You never know what's going through someone's head.
You never know.
Yeah.
And I will say that, like, through the culmination of losing so many people throughout life, I definitely am very much like I'm very much an emotional sap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm an emotionally sappy person. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like that's just who I am.
Yeah.
You know,
Same.
I've always my kids you know, make fun of me like, oh, is AT&T commercial on? Dad's about to start crying.
I get the same shit, man.
You know what I mean? But you know
Yeah.
what? But you know what? I would rather. I am proud of who I am. I am proud that like I call my friends and like I am
And show actual
Craig
love.
Craig will know this. Like I call.
Because
I
Craig
call.
doesn't.
No, yeah.
You know,
I am a
Craig
caller.
doesn't call at all.
No,
Like,
I call.
yeah.
I just don't have any emotions about
Yeah.
it.
Craig will call and be like, "Oh, fine, you're having emotions. I gotta go.
go,
I'll
yeah.
talk to you
Yeah,
later.
yeah.
I think Bronson's trying to piss on me again. I
Yeah.
got shit to do."
Yeah,
Well, Jay goes, are we going to bring up the fact that John's crying on Instagram and you fucking harass me constantly about crying on the podcast? I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I was like, I'm not going to bring it up, but
No.
but I did,
Like
you know?
I am a crier, and the thing is, like, I posted a fucking thing on Instagram, like. The other day, I was fucking feeling very. I've been going to a lot of therapy this last year. I have a really great therapist.
Where are they at?
Shout out to Todd, my therapist. I do him through Zoom, but
I still want to hook up.
yeah.
I haven't found a good one yet.
Dude, I have
a hard time, man.
a great therapist. Todd, man, what's up? Shout out, dog. He actually he doesn't live in Ventura. I do him via Zoom, but he actually came out to one of my tour stops.
Oh, cool.
And because I got linked up with him through the music industry, a Music Cares thing, and then I just do it on the side now, like me and him. But yeah, I'll link you up.
Yeah,
I'll link you up. It's the best one I've ever had. I've never had such a good one, and I've just learned to, I don't know, I feel more comfortable with him. You know, it's a good one to feel.
It's the hardest part about it is getting comfortable with somebody. And then you start the process, and then you start talking, and then you start sharing, and then you're like, ugh, I'm not into this. I don't want to go through that process again.
Yeah.
I don't, the stuff that I kind of got to work through is pretty fucking dark.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I don't want to go through it
But you
again
know
and
what?
again and again. It's like trying to find somebody
But
where you're like,
therapy is just whatever the fuck you want it to be. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to talk about the things that you've already talked about if you don't want to.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, if you want to work on things that you want to get done now, it's
Yeah.
really whatever you make it.
is this your new calling?
That's my.
I mean, it's kind of what you've been for a long time, anyways. Isn't
maybe,
it?
yeah.
With the bands. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, if I didn't have to go to so much school,
Yeah,
But
you could just fucking
you
print
could just
something
do it.
out on the
Yeah,
internet.
yeah,
It doesn't matter. You can just
Yeah.
fucking fake it now.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I had this experience at the bar, and I kind of told you about it the other day. I wanted
Yeah.
to bring it up because I just thought it was such a beautiful way to have my wife really not understand how men's brains work. You know what I mean? Like, so I had this experience at the bar. I went there. Me and her, we were killing some time. We went and had a beer, right? So we go in the bar. There is a gigantic man in there. I mean, and he is fucking hammered, like slurring, not mean, not disrespectful, just
wasted.
shit house, right?
Yeah.
So there's 3 fucking stools, and my wife picks the middle one, right? And I go, that's a bad choice because this guy's here,
Yeah.
and then I'm on the outside, and obviously, whatever. Anyway, so he starts fucking bullshitting and talking to us, and just this and that, and fucking, and basically what it all comes down to is that he's talking about how he has a wife and a kid, and his wife wants to go to work, and he wants her to go to work, and he wants her to fucking do all the things she wants to do, and this and that. And he's fucking talking about, how hard it is raising kids, and, this and that. He's like really like being very vulnerable. You know what I mean? And my wife is not hearing any of it. All
Right.
she's hearing is that there's this drunk guy at the bar, right?
Yeah.
And so finally at one point he gets to this point, and he goes, you know why I'm here? He's all, because when we get in a fight, 95% of the time she's fucking right. And I apologize. He's all, but today's that 5%.
Yeah.
I'm fucking right today. I was fucking right today. He's all, and I'm still here, and I'm still drunk, and I'm going to go on, I'm going to eat shit and apologize anyway. But I want you to know that I was fucking right today. I was like, fuck, yeah, you are, dude.
Yeah.
My wife just can't, she can't see that this is the most vulnerable a man has ever been.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Right,
Like,
right.
this guy is really, just telling it,
Truly bringing it out.
bringing it out. You know what I mean?
Right.
I was like, you just got to peek into the way a man's mind works.
Did you walk around and give him a big old fucking
I gave him a big hug,
and
dude.
just like,
Yeah.
hey man, I love you.
I gave him a
and
hug.
my wife
I sent him for
paying attention.
tacos.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, and my wife she's not dumb, but she
No,
just,
not at all.
she's like, yeah, but he's here drunk at the bar. I said, because he made that choice to go leave a situation and get fucking blindsided by himself.
Yeah.
Rather than do something that he was gonna fucking regret forever, probably,
Right.
because this guy's a monster. You
Right,
know what I mean?
right.
Not violent at all. Just fuck. But just the fucking hilarious part is that is a sentence that every one of us has fucking thought. 95% of the time, she's probably right.
Yeah.
But fucking today, I was fucking right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I get
And
no
you're still-
recognition.
No recognition.
Yeah.
He knows.
Yeah.
He knew he was gonna go home and
Yeah.
eat shit.
Yeah.
It made me laugh so fucking hard. I couldn't stop laughing. Because it was the rarest view in how a man's, because this guy's a good guy. He wanted his wife to be successful and happy and work, but it's a money thing and blah blah, all this shit. It's cheaper for her to stay home essentially, It was so fucking funny. I was like, this guy just expressed how every man thinks, and it just went right over my wife's head, dude. All she saw was that, he's here at the bar getting drunk without her.
Right.
And I'm like,
Well,
yeah, pretty amazing,
therapy would help both of those people in that situation.
Yeah.
The big dude
I don't
and
know,
your
man.
wife.
Yeah, you tell her that, dude.
No.
I was thinking the exact same thing in my head. I was like, oh, you say that. I ain't saying that.
My wife is a fully
Yeah,
formed.
hey, Katie,
perfect
clip
She's
that.
your wife
Katie,
is a your
clip
wife
that
is,
and send it to Rosie.
Yeah, fully formed, perfect fucking.
Hey,
human. Yeah.
hey, do you know we all could use therapy?
Yeah.
I am very much a proponent that therapy saves us all.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know.
But
I just don't. I don't fucking like it, dude. I did it once for about 6 months. I was like, that's-
Oh, you did it for 6 months?
Uh-huh.
Oh shit! I've never gotten past like a month and a half.
yeah, you gotta have a good. I mean, honestly, like I said, this is the best therapist I've ever had, and
Sure.
I'm getting like, it's not that I feel like I'm working. I mean, I guess I'm working through things,
Sure.
but I'm more just comfortable in my own skin.
Sure.
I'm more comfortable in my own skin. So I guess that's working through things.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it is.
For sure.
There's not like, yeah, you know, so.
Yeah, I don't, for me, I'm dealing with some shit with my daughter right now and therapist, and I'm so fucking completely turned off by it, dude. It's the most, for a part of me thinks it's the most bullshit fucking career ever.
Yeah.
For a lot of people, dude.
Yeah.
Name a fucking therapist that's not out of their mind. You know what I mean? Like, and we know a bunch of people that, you know what I mean? Like, I want to be a therapist. It's like, you can't even manage your house. Like, what are you talking about? Dude,
Yeah.
you know? And we have some friends that are seriously good therapists, but I'm so turned off by the whole fucking thing right now, dude, with just the,
I can
you
see
get to meet a person for 30 fucking minutes, and then you decide that they have this, and now you're going to prescribe that. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
like that's psychiatry, really. You know what I mean?
But my psychiatrist that's a whole different deal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
see-
have a psychiatrist. I've had a psychiatrist for a while.
Right.
I've got a gigantic bottle of Xanax at the house. Like,
Yeah.
because
that
we have a
psychiatrist,
small conversation. Then he goes, "Okay, I'll renew your prescription again." And I take the Xanax as when I need it. Like my head's
Right.
just gone. I can't sleep, and I'll take a Xanax or half of one before I go to bed. But I'm scared to death of them.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because I know the consequences of getting hooked on them
Yeah.
or mixing them with booze. Right. And, you know, I got to weigh out what's my priority. And it's definitely booze. You know, yeah. If you guys don't know that about me,
Is it?
you know, yeah. But it's that, you know, it does help though, you know, but it's the psychiatrist thing is like, he's just like, hey, how you doing?
Right.
Like, you know, well, I'm good, but this is what's going on. God, you know, and you can hear him go like, man,
Yeah.
that's another one for you, bro. Jesus. You
See,
know?
like I feel that like with therapists, the therapist should be the person that like you kind of throw things off of, and they give you a new way to kind of look at it.
Yeah,
you
sure.
know,
Yeah.
a third party view
Yeah.
that is non-judgmental, and that you know is there for your best.
Because you're not going to get it at home.
For your
I'll
best
tell you that
interest.
much.
I
has
need my
nothing-
therapist to look like us.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't need my therapist to be some straight-laced white dude.
Yeah.
You know, I want somebody that's like, that's some bullshit, dog.
Right. Right.
You know?
I feel you, bro. I feel you.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
Yeah.
should start our own therapy fucking
Oh,
care
man,
line,
I'm
dude.
in.
A therapy hotline.
Therapy
Yeah.
hotline.
You would
dude.
be good at it.
I'd be
Therapy
very good
hotline.
at
John
it.
and I would be carrying everybody's emotions around with us, and we'd just be depressed all the time because we'd
I'd
be
be
thinking
like,
about Kenny and his
yeah,
stuff. We'd just be like,
yeah.
oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be like, get your shit together, motherfucker.
yeah,
What
oh,
the
dude,
fuck's
yeah.
wrong with you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm definitely too empathetic.
Way.
For, like.
Yeah.
And I am not at all.
No.
Apparently.
You know.
Apparently, Jay's pointed out to me many times I have zero empathy.
It's not zero,
Dude,
but
are
pretty
you kidding
close.
me? I'll drive around and I look at everybody driving in cars and I'm like, each person just has their own world of just
Fuck.
shit.
Yeah, totally.
You know what I mean? Like how we all, like, you know what I mean? We all individually are just like, oh my God, this world, it's literally going on billions
Everywhere.
of times
Yeah.
Yeah.
a day inside everyone's head. And we don't give anyone, but then we're like shitty to each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like we're just like, instead of just going like, hey, I understand
Hey.
life is hard.
Looks like you're going through
You know what
something,
I mean?
man.
Yeah.
Like I've definitely say like in my older age, I've definitely got to the point when like someone's freaking out. I'm like, man, they're really having a bad day.
Yeah.
Rather than
Like-
like, what the fuck's your
Like,
problem?
Yeah.
I had a buddy that he texted me the other day and was like, hey, what are you guys doing? And just kind of lightly hit me up. And I know he's going through a bunch of shit. So I immediately in my head was like, hey, dog, you good?
Yeah.
You okay? What's going on, bro? Are you all right? He's like, yeah, man, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on with you, man. Or what are you guys doing? Or, you know, it's not. But in my head, I'm like, No, hey man, are you sure? Are you okay? What's going on?
I'm fine. I think I'm fine.
Yeah.
I think I'm okay.
I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
just if you need somebody to talk to, I'll listen to you because Craig ain't.
Well, see, and also being this kind of person and also looking like me and Jay look, no one really expects this from us.
Right.
No.
And we also get probably treated very on the other spectrum of it, of like, yo, you guys are fucking tough guys, blah, 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 this and that. Like, I don't really consider myself a tough guy. I will talk shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like the time of throwing blows, like I was never a blow thrower as it was. You can quote me on that.
You were a snow blower.
A blow thrower.
You were Craig will throw some blow up his nose. Hey, yo.
I would not. I don't.
But
no, none of us do. It's wrong.
Yeah.
But I feel that like people are like, not that they don't expect this from us, but they almost think that it's bullshit.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it's
mine is people think that if you go off your initial look at me, like when I walk into places and stuff, you'll think that like, oh, that dude's like some white supremacist crazy biker dude, and not think at all that I'm the least racist person you'll ever meet in your life. That it's not even part of my.
Right.
Although talking about Frank, boy, when you get us in a circle and we're all sitting there talking together, you would think we're all just the worst people in the world, man. Because we will talk shit about anything and everything.
That's
if we can laugh, that's all that matters.
That's all that matters. Yeah.
But that judgment thing, it's hard.
Yeah, like I always like especially like dealing in like the concert world and like having to deal with people and stuff like that. I'm always like, yeah, you might think that I'm tough. Then like you talk to me and I'm like, hey, how's it going? All right.
Did you guys see that sunset earlier?
Did you guys see that sunset earlier? Man, that was beautiful. Like, oh my God. Like, like how many photos of the pink moment are in my phone? And I'm not talking about pussy.
Yeah, totally. Man.
I'm talking about the sunset.
I know. Yeah. I literally called my kids. We were driving to this thing the other day, me and Rosie, and the sunset was looking gorgeous. And I called my son, and I'm like, dude, because it would look very pretty. I was like, dude, go on the balcony. Like we left him at home. I was like, go on the balcony, check out the sunset. And he's like, you okay? I was like, yeah, dude, it's just really pretty. Like he's like, all right, man.
Yeah, okay. Yay. My dad's turning into a homo.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But yeah, that's the thing.
When we both did surf rodeo, and you were stage managing the other side.
Oh yeah, remember when you were about to go to blows with the homeboy?
You saved it.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah,
I wanted to tune that dude up.
That's right. Yeah, because Jay was the announcer. He was the MC on that, just on that stage, right?
Yep. Just on that stage.
And one of my best friends, whose nickname is Prison Mark,
was
the stage manager.
You were gonna fight Prison Mark?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I would have liked to see that.
Yeah. Well, because like fucking, I have Mark doing it, and Mark is like Marilyn Manson stage manager, Rob Zombie stage manager, he's a stage manager.
And I was just trying to figure out, like, hey, okay, when are they coming up? Mm-hmm. And I asked him a couple of times, and he just kind of kept blowing me off. And at a certain point in time, I was like, hey, man, like, I'm just trying to fucking talk to you and ask you.
Yeah.
And you're being a dick.
Yeah.
And you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
And what I did, and which I still don't know why I ended up doing this, but I went to him and went, hey, look, man, I'm not doing this.
Yeah. Jay was about to walk. Jay was walking. Jay was walking.
And I went, hey, look, man, I'm not doing this. I don't want to do this. This is what's going on. And he went over and was like, hey, stop it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's literally what he did.
Because they're literally the same person.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Just one skinnier.
And that's exactly what he said.
Yeah.
He said the same thing too.
Yeah. I'm like, yo. There's some miscommunication going on right here.
Yeah.
Because you guys should be fucking best friends.
Right.
And that's exactly what he said.
Yeah.
Exactly what he said. It's like, I don't know what's going on, but this is dumb because you two should actually be best friends.
Right.
And then both of us were like,
oh, really?
Oh, shit. And then,
and then it was
and
great.
Then after that,
and then it was great.
We were drinking and hanging out. We had a great fucking time on that stage.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah.
There's a perfect example.
No, I wanted to bring that up earlier because that was such a fucking beautiful moment that I'll never forget. Like, it really was. And it was exact because I didn't, I'm very conscientious about losing my shit because always gets super ugly. So I just don't want that to happen.
Right.
Especially when it's it's a family event.
Well,
right,
surf rodeo,
and so but he did exactly what he said. Exactly what he said. Hey, you two should actually be really good friends. So fucking knock it off and figure it out. And then I'm not kidding. Right after that, we started drinking and having a fucking great time, man. We got pictures with each other and shit.
That's so funny.
But that night, when Dirty Rice was playing, the sun was coming down over the islands. We were facing the islands, and it was Dirty Rice, and it was Oxnard and Ventura, and just like whatever you would call the 805, but it was like the real Ventura people and the real Oxnard people. Everybody was together.
It was a beautiful.
Dirty Rice was playing.
Yeah.
I was standing on the stage, man. I didn't cry, but I definitely could have because it was just one of the most beautiful moments ever in my life.
Yeah.
Watching that sun come down and all of these people just vibing to Dirty Rice and just
dude,
loving
the thing is, those are the moments that I live for. I believe that like life is about these beautiful moments.
Yeah.
And like we get hung up so hard on bullshit that doesn't matter.
Right.
You know, like one thing that I think about a lot, well, like not a lot, but lately in the last few years, is I think about my grandparents, and I think about like how they used to run shit. Like my grandparents up in out in LA, my mom's mom and her sisters and stuff like that. They used to run shit. They used to have champagne nights. They'd play cribbage all the time. They would have this complete world of just beautiful moments, beautiful things. And guess what? They're all gone, and none of it matters. Like not none of it matters anymore. But like their time is done. That's
Totally.
They're this, you know, this little flicker of sand in the universe, and that's what we are.
Yeah.
So why is there so much why am I getting hung up on so much bullshit?
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like people that I've had issues with, problems with, I'm like, there's no time for this.
Yeah.
There's literally literally there's not that many people on this planet where I would be like, no, I'm not gonna work this out with you.
Right.
Like,
But there's
you
a
know?
few.
Oh, there's a few.
There's
a few.
Yeah.
There's definitely a few, but it's not as much as you would probably think.
100%. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like it's literally maybe two handfuls of people, maybe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's like if you really go like, okay, well, I guess that one. You know what I mean? Like everyone else, I don't know.
Right.
But the people that I've met in life and the people that I've experienced, like.
Yeah.
Everyone's just trying to survive out here.
Right.
Like we're like again, everyone is in their own little world.
Right.
And they're maybe going through that thing as well. So give them grace. Like they should give you grace.
Right.
I need to work on that.
You know?
Yeah.
That's one thing I need to work on because I fucking will hold something and not let it go for years.
Yeah.
You know, I'll see people and be like, and I have the worst poker face.
Right.
So everybody knows in the whole fucking room I don't like that person because you could tell when they walk in, my energy level goes to ugh.
Yeah.
You know,
like for me, not liking someone or hating someone requires so much energy.
Yeah.
Like it requires like a lot of like thought and a lot of like holding on to things.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And for me, I don't want to hold on to those things, and I want to give everyone the benefit of the doubt that. Everyone's allowed to have a bad day. Yeah. Everyone's allowed to have a bad week. Everyone's allowed to have a bad year.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? Like, I think we're all just trying to figure it out on this fucking spaceship.
Giant marble
planet Earth.
through
I think
You know
that's a
what I
good
mean?
spot to
Like,
fucking stop this podcast.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
So,
Yeah.
hey,
It's-
you know,
right,
be
beautiful.
good to each other.
Be good to each other, man.
Be good to
Check
each
on
other.
your fucking friends.
Check on
your fucking friends.
Yeah, make
if they're
phone-
going through health problems, fucking check them, dude. Check them on it.
Yeah.
You know, if they're going through other problems, check them on it.
If somebody calls you up and says, or just sends you a text message randomly out of nowhere saying, I love you, don't
just let it blow up.
understand there's something going on there.
Something's
you know,
up.
and whatever that may be, you know.
That's a man's way of reaching out most of the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or yes. Anyways,
But
Yeah.
yes.
Call your friends. Tell your people you love them every chance you get.
Yeah.
Because you never know.
Yeah,
You know what
it's
I
true.
mean? Like, and don't hold. I mean, I know you were just saying you like to hold grudges, but
I try not to, man.
I very much believe in just don't hold grudges. You know?
Yeah.
It's not worth it. You know,
Yeah.
and you know, lots of the time is so precious.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, R.I.P. Luke. We love you. We miss you. R.I.P.
Yes.
Frank.
R.I.P. Frank. R.I.P. everyone.
Check on your friends, man.
R.I.P.
That's it.
all our
Love you, brother.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
right.
all of our people.
We're out of here. We love you guys. Go ahead and do all the things. Subscribe, blah, blah,
Yep.
blah. All that
Dead
shit.
Man Beard
Patreon.
Co.
Dead Man's Beard Co.
Got my shit looking luxurious.
Yes,
Go
it is.
see Strung Out this year.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come say hi.
That's
We're
what's up.
We're touring Japan, Europe,
Oh my
America,
God, bro. You're on one.
Australia,
Nice. Hell
maybe
yeah.
South America.
There you go, dude.
Nice.
That's what's up.
What's up, baby?
Yeah.
What's up?
Beautiful. All right. Love you guys.
Love you
Bye.
guys.